So welcome back to the config bench. I'm John, and this is video 8, the last video in the Ohm's Law series. We've covered Lab 1s, Lab 2, and Lab 3, single resistors, series circuits, and parallel circuits. You've seen the math, you've seen the meters, confirm it. Now it's your turn. I've got 6 questions. All Ohm's law, all different values than what we've used in the labs. So you have to do the math yourself. Drop your answers in the comment with your work shown every step. Uh, if you just drop a number and it doesn't count. One subscriber who answers all 6 correctly shows their work wins the FNIRSI DSO152 mini oscilloscope. I'll announce the winner in version or video 9. Let's go through the questions together. So here's question 1. Here's the circuit. We know the voltage equals 6 volts DC. The current is unknown, and the resistor R1 is 120 ohms. So here's what the circuit would look like. 6 volts DC, a battery providing that power. The plus is here, minus is down here. Your resistor. So what is the current? That would be the first question. If you haven't gone and got yourself a notepad and a pen, to take notes and write all this down, then I would recommend that right now. Put this on pause and go get yourself set up. You're going to probably need your calculator. You're definitely going to need your calculator to figure all this out. So anyway, so on to question 2. Question 2. Find R total, find I total, and what is the voltage drop across to R1 and R2? So here we have a 12 volts DC circuit, and we have R1 is 100 ohms, R2 is 150 ohms, and so we're trying to figure out what is the RT. Remember that I said RT is R total. So we know the value of R1, we know the value of R2, and we know the voltage, so we should be able to figure out current. And I'm starting to call current IT because it might change in the future. There might be multiple paths of current. Just saying. So that's question 2. Pause it. Make sure you write it all down. And we're on to question 3. Question 3. What is the value of R2? So we have a 9 volts DC circuit, so V equals 9 volts. We know that the current is 30 milliamps, or it's 0.030 amps. And we know what R1 is 100 ohms. So here's a 9 volt circuit. We know what current is. It's 0.030 amps. We know the value of R1 is 100 ohms. So what's the value of R2? On to question 4. So this is our first parallel circuit in this questionnaire. We want to find out what RT is. We want to find out what IT is. We know that voltage is 9 volts DC battery, and we know that R1 is a 220 ohm resistor, and R2 is a 330 ohm resistor. So, what is RT and what is IT? Resistance total and current total. On to question 5. Another parallel circuit. So we do not know the voltage. Voltage is unknown, but we do know that the IT is 64.3 milliamps, or it is 0.0643 amps. R1 is 560 ohms, and R2 is 560 ohms. So knowing the current, and once you figure out the resistance total with this combined set of resistors, you should be able to figure out what the voltage is. That's question 5. So here is question 6. We have a known 12 volt DC source of power. We have 3 resistors. Now this one is different. It might be the first time you've seen this. We have one resistor that's in series, and it's in series with 2 resistors that are in parallel. So what we need to do is find out what is RT in this instance. And then once we know RT, then we can figure out what the current is, IT. And so the 12 volts DC source of power, R1 is 68 ohms, R2 is 100 ohms, and R3 is 100 ohms. So those are our 6 questions. And let's see, 6 question, all Ohm's law, all different values. Drop your answers in the comments for each question, every step of your math. No work shows, no entry. One subscriber who gets all 6 right, shows their work, wins the FNIRSI DSO152 mini oscilloscope. This oscilloscope fits in your pocket and it reads waveforms. It's a real tool that'll add to your electronics bench. I'll pick the winner and announce it in video 9, which is where we move on to power, Watt's law. So I want to just thank you all for joining me here at the Convig Bench on the first chapter of our book regarding DC circuits and resistors. Next video is going to be video 9, and it is going to be regarding power. So all these circuits we've currently discussed, how much power do each one of them consume. So we're going to discuss that. Very important part of the introduction to electronics. We're going to be announcing our winner, so please subscribe, answer these questions, make sure you give a brief description of how you got to your answer, and we'll be giving that oscilloscope away. And really, thank you for joining me.